Before games like Elden Ring asked players to be patient, before Dark Souls taught us to learn from failure, the NES was already doing that, just without telling you how. Back in the late 1980s, you didn't get hints, checkpoints, or pop-ups explaining what went wrong. You learned from trying again. The original Legend of Zelda dropped players in a huge world and trusted them to figure it out. But once you beat it, the game quietly unlocks Second Quest, a version that rearranges the entire experience, changes dungeon layouts, moves key items, and throws tougher enemies at you much earlier. Then there's Zelda II, The Adventure of Link. Released the very next year, it went in a completely different direction. Side-scrolling combat, experience points, magic spells, and sword fights that demand timing and precision. Today, these two NES legends go head-to-head in a 5-round difficulty battle. We're looking at combat, dungeons, exploration, bosses, and the final challenge. Same console, same era, two very different kinds of pain. Round 1. Combat. Combat in Second Quest builds on what you already know, but it tightens the screws. Enemies appear earlier than expected, and often in combinations that limit your movement. Dark Nuts block your sword head-on, forcing you to reposition. Wizrobes appear suddenly, fire magic, then vanish before you can react. Many rooms place enemies near doorways, meaning you can take damage the moment you enter. It's less about flashy swordplay and more about careful positioning. Zelda II turns every fight into a duel. You're blocking high and low, jumping over attacks, and striking at just the right moment. Iron Knuckles react to your movements and punish predictable swings. Enemies hit hard and healing is limited, so every mistake matters. The combat feels closer to a modern-day action game where timing and spacing decide everything. Round 1 winner, Zelda II. Second Quest pressures you through enemy placement, but Zelda II demands constant execution. You're actively reacting every second. That moment-to-moment tension gives Zelda II the edge here. Round 2. Dungeon Design. Second Quest doesn't remix dungeons, it replaces them. Layouts are completely different, and the game often uses subtle tricks like walk-through walls that look solid. Important staircases may be placed in rooms that feel unimportant. Tough enemies frequently guard the correct path, while safer rooms lead nowhere. The dungeon tests memory by working against what you learned before. Zelda II's palaces feel more like vertical mazes. Elevators connect floors in ways that aren't always obvious. Different colored rooms help visually, but routes still branch and loop. Keys must be used carefully because taking the wrong path can force a long retreat. Enemies respond, which adds pressure when backtracking. Round 2 winner, Second Quest. Zelda II palaces are long and demanding, but Second Quest dungeons challenge your understanding itself. The game intentionally plays with expectations, making progress feel uncertain. That mental strain makes Second Quest tougher here. Round 3. Exploration. Second Quest turns the overworld into a guessing game. Familiar landmarks no longer hide secrets, while ordinary spots suddenly matter. Progress often comes from experimenting, burning trees, bombing rocks, and trying things that don't look special. The map gives very few clues, so exploration becomes slow and deliberate. In Zelda II, the overworld itself is dangerous. Enemies roam the map and pull you into battles if they catch you. Terrain like swamps and forests slows movement, increasing the risk. Important locations are sometimes hidden under plain-looking tiles, rewarding careful exploration. Round 3 winner, Second Quest. Zelda II keeps you alert, but Second Quest keeps you unsure. That uncertainty, never knowing if you're close or completely off track, makes its overworld more demanding. Round 4. Bosses. Second Quest bosses are familiar, but they're placed at the end of harder dungeons with fewer resources left. Gleeok fills the screen with attacks. Patras surrounds you with rotating enemies that limit movement. Ganon remains invisible, forcing careful positioning and timing. Zelda II bosses are direct skill tests. Rebenak forces quick reactions. Thunderbird requires magic management just to survive. Darklink mirrors your movements, punishing hesitation. These fights demand control and consistency. Round 4 winner, Zelda II. Second quest bosses rely on pressure, but Zelda II bosses demand mastery. Every mistake feels earned, making these encounters more punishing overall. Round 5, Final Dungeon. The final dungeon in second quest is a maze of choices. Multiple paths look correct, but only one leads forward. Enemies hit hard, and mistakes add up quickly. Reaching Ganon already feels like an accomplishment. The Great Palace is a test of endurance. Long corridors, fast enemies, and no safety net. By the time you reach Thunderbird and Darklink, the game has already punished you to your limit. Round 5 winner, Zelda II. Both finales are brutal, but Zelda II's Great Palace demands sustained focus from start to finish. That marathon structure gives it the deciding edge. With a 3-2 victory, Zelda II: The Adventure of Link takes the crown. Second quest challenges your memory and problem solving, but Zelda II pushes execution, timing, and endurance harder. 2 games, 2 very different kinds of difficulty, and both still hold up decades later. Which one challenged you more? Let us know below, and if you enjoyed this head-to-head, more retro rivals are on the way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next battle.